out. And they're like, oh, so you don't have like an agenda? I was like, I have things I'd like to improve, but no, like I don't have an axe to grind. I'm not mad at anybody. Like I have skills and I know I can help people. And they're like, oh, okay. But anyway, so yeah, I ran for public office, but I had to make sure that I didn't campaign at school because you can't, as a government employee, campaign. Like, so I couldn't be like, hey, 18-year-olds that I teach, you should vote for me. Like, or even, hey, fellow teachers, you should vote for me. I can say like things like, just to inform you, I am running. Like I can state facts, but I can't be like, you should vote for me. Like I can't campaign. Like so, like there's certain rules like public employees have when they work for the government. You're not allowed to campaign on the job. You can't even like use school's property to like do campaign work. So like if I had to like answer an email from somebody, I couldn't answer it like even during my plan period at school or my conference hour. I had to like make sure I did it off hours, which makes sense. But there's little rules like that that you kind of have to abide by, kind of wherever job. But you would steal your signs if you ever saw it. Dude, they were up. They were all actually a bunch of them did get stolen, but I still got probably honestly the weirdest part about campaigning. Actually, there are two weird parts about running for public office. So if any of you guys are ever interested in poli sci or campaigning or public service or things like that, there's two things that I learned throughout my campaign experience. One, for me personally, it was weird to campaign for donations. Like, hey, you should give me money so I can run my campaign to represent you. Like to me, that was a little weird and like outside my comfort zone. I did get some donors, basically took care of all my signage for me, but it was still really weird asking people to donate to my. I know they can write it off in their taxes and things like that, and a lot of businesses and even people like segment a part of their taxes they were going to donate anyway and be able to write it off. So a lot of people just kind of build that into their budget, but it was still for me that was weird. Like, hey, would you like to give me money so I can run a campaign to represent you? Um, it was just a little weird. I didn't obviously approach it that way. I tried to just, hey, I'm so and so, blah blah blah, and then just if it came up, or a lot of times they would offer, like, hey, is there anything you need help wise, like door to door, and I'd be like, hey, man, right now just monetary donations, anything you got can help, and people are like, oh yeah, I got you, well, like, so that's kind of how it went down, but that was big thing weird number one, and weird thing number two is I'm not a huge social media guy. And there were people that had my yard signs in their yard all around my city. And many of them got letters like typed on a computer, printed off at home, like unaddressed, not a stamp, like somebody drove by and put it in their mailbox and said like, how could you vote for Young Money 9 to represent our city? He doesn't even have a city Facebook page. Like that was the letter. And I was like, what? I was like, he clearly doesn't care about the city because if he did, he would have a Facebook page dedicated to his campaign. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what? Like, hold on. Like, I don't care about my city because I don't have a Facebook page. And then I like took it the next step. I'm like, hold on. Someone typed this out on their personal computer and printed these off. Like, so that means one of my other campaign persons, like someone I was running against, like thought that that would be a good like smear campaign to go and say that I don't care about my city because I don't have a Facebook page. And I was like, man, I am just not slimy enough to be a local politician. Like that's when it kind of dawned on me. I was like, wow, like I just want to help. Like I'm just here to help. I'm not here to go off and be all crazy political on Facebook. Like I just want to help. I don't want to be a career politician. I'm not trying to run for Congress. Like I was, I was running for a local my local ward within my city. My city's divided up into 3 wards. My city has probably got, I don't know, 30,000 people at the time. Right? How dare I not? It's not even that I didn't have a Facebook page because I do have a Facebook page, and I did have some people message me on my Facebook page, and I responded back to them. That's fine. And I'm not really a big Facebook guy, so like I had to download Messenger and all that stuff so I could just communicate back. But it was the fact that I didn't have a separate Facebook account just for my local campaign. Like literally in the election, less than 1,000 people voted. I think 600 people voted total in the election for the ward. That's it. 600 people even cared enough to vote. And this person, and I'm pretty sure it was probably a person I was running against, but like her campaign typed out which probably her and her friends over some seltzers or something. Actually, those weren't out yet, but whatever. Like hand typed a thing and put in people's mailboxes. Like I couldn't believe it, man. Like, it was an enlightening experience running for public office. And I was fairly new to town at the time. I'd only lived there like 2 years. I've been here like 6 or 7 now. But so I feel like if I did it again, I would have a better chance. But I'm not sure I want to because, like I said, I'm not slimy enough for local politics because that is not how I want to win an election. I don't want to type out smear things about why you shouldn't vote for so and so because I don't have the proper Facebook page. Like, oh my